What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. So in this video we're going to demonstrate how to use Thinkorswim's OnDemand module for simulated trading. This is a terrific tool for beginner traders especially, but even for traders with some experience. This gives you a place to go to practice maybe particular strategies, maybe trading particular tickers, see how they trade, whatever. So this thing is available to you 24/7. You can access it anytime. So maybe if you can't trade during the day, maybe you work a normal job, you can't practice at work, you can trade this at night when you go from work, on the weekends, whenever. It's always available to you. So the one drawback with this is going to be that you're basically looking back and replaying a live trading day that's already happened. So in theory, you're trading all known outcomes, right? I'm going to give you some ideas and some ways you can kind of work on that a bit and make this kind of a more realistic trading experience. You can really kind of simulate kind of an unknown trading day. So let's kind of jump right into it here. So how do you access OnDemand? So you can access it through the paper trading environment. This has to be through the live trading environment. So if we go here to the main menu and you log into Thinkorswim, you got two options, live trading and paper money. Paper money is the paper trading environment. You can't get to it from there. So you got to log into live trading. So from here now you can see I'm in my live Thinkorswim. So I've got my charts all set up with my styles, my studies, my indicators, everything is here. Volume bars, level 2, active trader, everything. So from here all you got to do is just go up here to the right and click on OnDemand. So now from here this thing should just get rolling. It's sometimes a little bit slow and has been today, but it should be good for right now. So first thing I just noticed here is the chart is frozen when we start. So this is just kind of a glitch in here. I'll show you how to fix that right now. So you come here to like your chart time frames. Let's go to like a different time frame. You can see it's now moving. So I'll go back to a 1 minute chart. Problem solved. So we'll kind of just get the lay of the land here real quick, kind of go through the different options in the functionality. So top left corner you see in orange there, it says OnDemand. That basically just means everything is loaded and ready to go. If it ever kind of freezes up on you, you take a look up to the left. If it says pre-buffering or something like that, that basically means it's kind of reloading. And you will see that when you change time frames. So when we go in here, you'll see the pre-buffering option. So up here on the right is kind of your calendar settings. So you see right now I'm on December 18th of 2020 at 8:35 a.m. This can all be changed and we'll go through that. These are your step backwards and step forwards buttons. I don't really use these, but I believe they do a half hour forward and back. Then you got pause and play. These are also important buttons. We will go through these as well. And the reset button over here as well, we will demonstrate that. So here is your monitor window, the same as live Thinkorswim. It's just your P&L window that shows the tickers you traded, open positions, closed positions, so on and so forth. We will demonstrate this as well because the reset button is going to come into play on this window. So we'll just kind of start here with just some basic functionality. So you can see it, the way the chart moves and the way the level 2 moves, it's pretty close to the live environment. No, it's not perfect, but this is the best simulator I've ever seen. Way better than the live simulator that Thinkorswim has, which is pathetic in my opinion. So here in the active trader window, you got your share size here, your buy market, sell market buttons, limit order buttons, auto send is checked, time and force is day. So everything that's the same as the live environment. So we'll start buying some shares here. So you actually can use limit orders on this thing. I don't know what difference it really makes, but we'll play around with that. So we'll join the bid here. Alright, so we got filled 678.81 with 100 shares. So now same thing here, you can buy 100 shares of market. So you see the difference with buy market and the simulator is basically instantaneous. The limit is kind of so right now our average price is $678.41. We currently are down about $150, $200. Open P&L day. So it all works the same way. It just isn't quite as fast as live trading, but it's about the same. So the one thing with this is you can't use the flatten button to close positions. It just kind of beeps at you. So you gotta manually close these. So let's go like this. We just sold our shares back. So now we're all at that position. So now we're P&L day is 178. So I'm going to show you the reset button. So now if you go into monitor here, so P&L day is 178, and so you go to your reset, do a reset account. Are you sure you want to reset your account? Yes, and it wipes it away. So what's important about that is if you never reset it, it's going to keep just building and building and building, and the same tickers will be changing dollar amounts all the time. It doesn't matter what time frames you trade. You can be back in 2010, wherever the case may be, and it's still going to keep adding up those tickers. So always good to reset your account here and get it back to zero. So another thing with this too is The stock buying power is $200,000. I don't know if you can manually change that. I usually just trade this as if it's a realistic account for me, which is not $200,000. So I don't know. So now let's look at like changing time frames. So this is probably gonna lag out on us, we'll see. This has been kind of slow today. Usually it's a lot better than this. So let's say we want to go back and trade the 16th. And we're actually gonna change the time too. So we want to go back and look at pre-market before the trading day opens on December 16th. So we click go. So you see now it's pre-buffering. Let's see if this loads or not. So we're actually going to pause this so it doesn't roll past. So it'll still buffer and get the data all going for us, but it just won't. The time just won't move forward on us when we're trying to do our analysis. So I usually do this, put it in maybe like just right before the trading day opens to get the pre-market data. And then from here I can go through different time frames and kind of do my support and resistance levels, my trend lines, all that kind of stuff. Looks like it actually did load too. So now it says pause up there on the left. Yeah, so now we're kind of roll this. So you press play. So you see the time is ticking there. So the market's going to open here in 1 second. Oh, now it's buffering again. Okay. Well, bad example. But nevertheless, you get the idea. So that's how you can kind of get it set up for pre-market. So if you know like what you want to trade and on what day, you can get it set up to be just before the market opens. Pause it, go through all your analysis, and then roll it, and then trade from there. And so, but how do you know what to trade, right? So what I usually do is, of course, I want to trade stuff with news, right? So earnings is something that's always going to be in history. So you come here to like Google, I think it's marketbeat.com. This will give you a historical look at all the dates that a stock had earnings. So I'm a large cap trader, so I would go for any kind of big large cap. So we can look at like Tesla. You come down here, you click on earnings. So this will give you all the dates that had earnings. So now you can just come in here and you can trade this thing on those dates, pre-market, do your analysis, and run through the whole motion that way. So, you know, with this, as long as you don't already know ahead of time what the earnings did on those dates, you're basically just trading a normal live trading day, except in a simulator, right? Another thing you could do too with this is if maybe you work like a normal job and you can't trade during the day, maybe you have like a pre-market process that you can go to identify stocks with news or things that you maybe would like to trade. Then you can come back, maybe keep track of those, come back in a few days when it's available here, and trade those live here, you know, if that's your situation. So that's another idea I would suggest to people as well. So I myself am a full-time trader, so I don't need to do that. But that would be something that I would do if I couldn't trade at work and I was trying to practice on my off time. I would try to get a process up like that. So I think that's basically all I have here, guys. I think I've covered everything. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. Hit the like button, subscribe, give me some feedback. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.